definition is not the problem all the time. Sometimes the problem is how to use it. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can use remote control panel in Grasshopper so that you can use your Grasshopper definitions easy. So the problem is that a lot of Grasshopper definitions become hard to use once they get bigger or longer. Even when the script works well, the canvas feels overwhelming to someone who didn't build it. And architects often need a few key inputs, not the whole definition. So always there is a creator of the script, and then he or she distributes it along the colleagues' office, people who are working with. If every change requires opening the script and searching for sliders, the workflow becomes slow and intimidating. This makes a useful script less and less readable than it should be. So what I do instead, I decide which inputs actually matter to user. I stop thinking about building the script only. I start thinking about how someone would use it. I bring the key parameters forward and hide the rest of the complexity. And I use remote control panel to turn the script into something simpler to run. So as you see, this is a relatively complex and long script, which creates this kind of staircase, circular staircase. By the way, if you would like to get free access to these working files, follow the link in description and join my school community for free. So you see, there are a lot of things that we are dealing with, but it would be great if we have something here that we can control the script without going inside the script and deal with all these cables, right? So you may have seen this before, you may not have seen this, you may not have seen this before. But the thing that you may have seen this before, you may not have seen this before. If you haven't seen something here in your Rhino screen, you can come over here and remote control panel. You want to make sure that this button is highlighted with blue so that you have a Grasshopper button here as well. What this does, it basically, let me give you an example. So if I make this 3000, it will make my staircase larger. If I make this 250 again, it will make my staircase shorter or tread length. So the first thing that I can play around with this is I can say, okay, so I want to put the floor height. So I right click to it and then say publish to remote control panel. And I started to see this. So I now know the floor height. So if I make this floor height, I don't know, something smaller, as I slide, it's going to take a little time. You will see that my staircase will follow that. And the same change happens in my slider too. So I can take it back in Grasshopper as well if I want to. Okay. So I sent this, let's say riser height. I sent this here as well. What we see here is a pen button. When I click on the pen button, I can right click to this and then say heights, okay? And then I can make it red. So I kind of put them here. Now I know my heights. So I can go to tread length, publish to remote control panel, and then I can say, okay, I'm not editing anymore. I can add another group and then drag this into this new group, right click to it, and then say tread length. I can make it some kind of greenish color. And obviously I can send this, send all the things that you want to send here, right? Like handrail size, steel cable size, maybe this white size, OR size, and maybe we can change the visualization, color swatch. By the way, you may see the names are changing. So I can say step color, and then I can put this also into remote control panel. But you see, it doesn't have any name. What I can do now, I can take this out, create a new group, and then say handrails. And in handrails, I can add the handrail, pole, and steel cable, okay? And then I can add another one. I can say stair color. Maybe I put something like this. And then I put this guy inside of it. So when I click OK again, if I double click to this, I started to see I changed the color of the staircase as well. So we can add separators in between. So I can grab a separator here, okay? I can add user label, so custom label to here as well. So what I can do, click edit, come here, right click, custom label. You can have the custom label as well, such as do not make it black for some reason, okay? If you don't want to do it that way. In this way, you can play around with everything in RCP. If you are serious learning in Grasshopper, follow the link in description and book a call with me so that we can sit down and talk about your Grasshopper journey and how we can elevate your career as well. Last but not least, if you have this plugin, what you can do, you can right click to this and then publish this to remote control panel. Right click to this, publish this to remote control panel. And I can add a new one. And then I can say baking options, okay? And within baking options, I can say, you see, step layer is the color. I can put this in and I can add a custom label here, layered color, I say. And then I may want to send this as well. Publish to remote control panel steps. I may want to add another custom label here, name of the layer for baking. And then you see bake steps, and I can take this guy down here as well. So I can turn this off. Whenever I turn these off, turn this on, you can have that. And we can change the step color layer. However, I want to show you something. So when I click, or maybe we do this, when I by the way, you can see launch Grasshopper player plugins, and this is something we're looking for. If you already have a Grasshopper tab, maybe that's not the one that we are using, so don't be surprised. Go to the next one. So if I click bake steps, here we go. Now I have my steps baked, and I have steps layer created for me. By the way, this is coming from Launchbox. If you don't have it, you may want to download the Launchbox plugin. It is coming from with this on their workflow object bake. You can use this one as well. So that's it for the exercise session. And let me go back to my Google Doc. So as you see, I changed a lot of inputs. I can't change a lot of inputs with RCP anymore. I can change a lot of inputs with RCP. What changes with RCP, remote control panels? The script becomes easier to run. This is very important because people are scared of, especially your colleagues. So if you can send this to them, they will find easier to use. The important inputs become easier to access for everyone. The user doesn't need to understand the whole thing. If, again, you give this to someone else, they don't need to understand the whole thing. The design tool becomes more practical for quick iterations, and the script becomes easier to transfer to someone else. And obviously, this is the other thing, like this makes the script, this is helpful because this makes the script easier to use, make fast iterations, and everybody can focus on the things that matter most instead of trying to understand the whole thing. And the definition feels more useful and professional. So the main idea is a script becomes much more valuable when it's easier to use for everyone. And the other thing is not everyone needs the whole Grasshopper script or definition. Sometimes the most important step is running and turning a complex script into a clear tool as such. And Grasshopper Remote Control Panel helps you bridge that. Thanks for watching this. I hope this helps. Comment below if you have used this before and what kind of work you used this tool for. And I'll see you in the next one.